Welcome to episode 125 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It is Saturday, people. Saturday, the 15th of July, 2020. And I've had a pretty good week this week, people. I hope everything's going well in your listening lives. It's been one of them weeks where I've done not a lot, people. I'm still working the day job, obviously, paying them fucking bills because the comedy circuit is still dead, grounded, halted, whatever you want to say. There's bigger issues, I think. I know people are losing their livelihoods and I've lost quite a bit of money, but, you know, you can get off your ass and get a job, I suppose, can't you? Unless you can't. Unless you're shielding from shit. Whoa. So I hope you're all doing well out there. This is just a little update of what I've been up to. We're bang on track still. We're still having a few upload issues of uploading these episodes, so they might be coming out a bit late. But we are recording them as they happen on the day. So yeah, I haven't done a lot this week. I've been doing fucking working all the time, really, just trying to get the fucking cash in. Just so after all this comes out, I think gigs are meant to be opening again the 1st of August. So there'll be a mad rush, a fucking charge of the fucking light brigade for gigs, I imagine, from everybody who has been locked away for ages. I might pop along and do a few new fucking material nights first, to be honest, just because, I don't know, man, like 4 months off, man, I'm going to be rusty as fuck when it comes to, actually gigging and actually going on stage and actually, because I've ditched all my old material and written a load of new stuff, not necessarily about COVID-19 or anything like that, because I think there's going to be just a smorgasbord, a wash, a tidal wave, if you will, of people just using buzzwords, social distancing, COVID-19, fucking, all that shit. Sanitize your hands 2 meters apart. Where? And she said to me, stay 2 meters apart. So I've written a load of new stuff that's hopefully a little bit better than the stuff I've been doing, which you gotta mix it up a bit, people, haven't you? Mix it. So what the plan of action is, this is my strategy, is to run out a few fucking new material nights at shithole places, mainly Craigley Heath, the Bush. I'm sure Dave won't mind me saying that. The idea is to run out some new stuff there, just get it up to speed a little bit, just see if I can do like 15-20 minutes or something down there, and run out, do that a couple of times, and then hopefully I'll be able to get that up to speed, and when I'm doing like weekend gigs and stuff like that, I can just like go straight into it. But we'll see, people. Who knows? We're all living in our little bubble, like writing shit down, going, oh, fucking hell, this is fucking amazing shit I'm writing now. And you get on stage and it fucking dies on its ass. That is the wonderful world of stand-up for you there, people. Let's have a little bit of, I'm on the old green tea today. Oh, look at me. Yeah. Ben, trying to detoxify your body after months of abusing it, are you? Yes, I am. Totally. It's fucking not the same, though, is it? Eh? It's not the same as fucking normal tea, is it? It just, I don't know. It's meant to detoxify you and that, but, it probably just annihilates your taste buds, just gets them down. I've been eating far too much fucking chocolate, far too many crisps. The difficult thing I keep saying about losing this belly, the difficult thing is, it's all right talking about it. right? The difficult thing is fucking stepping out the fucking door, putting your running trainers on, and then doing that first initial run, isn't it? Because you're fucking self-conscious as anything, because you know you're not fit. All the other runners are looking at you going, he doesn't belong with us. And they're trying to stay away from you so they don't catch your unfitness. They're trying to stay away from you as much as possible because they don't want to be associated with somebody who's just heaving air in and out of their lungs to try and keep them surviving. This is what people do, innit? You know, people do that. They'll go like, oh, right, that's it. I'm going to get fit. I'm going to do this. But nobody actually realizes how much fucking effort it is to actually pull on some fucking running trainers and go out for a run. Plus the fact you don't really know where you're going. You don't know the running etiquette, where you can run, where you can't run. You know, the last thing you want to do is run past a group of people like outside a pub getting jeered at. So I'm still putting it off a little bit. I have, invested in a couple of exercise items, one of those wheel things to fucking strengthen your core. I don't know, it's all about the core these days. I said this on the last episode, it's all about that. And some fucking, press up fucking bars or something like that. I don't know, man. I went for the brand. I went for Adidas ones because I thought they're bound to be good. They're probably no better than, something that you could buy that is unbranded. But that's what we all do, isn't it? That's what we do in our consumerist society, people. I trust this brand, so I'm going to go with it. Adidas have just set up concentration camps. Oh, don't worry, I'll stay there. I trust the brand. Who knows? I did see a couple of bits this week. I saw a fucking great video. Well, it was quite a good video anyway. Of I am a clickbait fucking mentalist. I will this is what I do. I will see an interesting headline and then go for that and just end up down some fucking wormhole somewhere. Watching a great white shark eat a fucking whale. Which is what that's what it's come to, people. That is what it's come to. I'm watching videos of great white sharks eating whales and thinking, that's nature, isn't it? This was like great white shark takes down, that was the headline on it. Great white shark takes down whale, humpback whale or something like that. And the whale wasn't putting up much of a fight. I think it was injured anyway. It was basically shark bullying. That's what it was. There was a massive whale. Like you get like at school, you have the passive fat kid, and he's always gets bullied by like a little kid, skinny and stuff like that. That was kind of what it looked like with the shark. But the little kid's got an older brother, That was kind of what it was with the shark thing. But watching it slice through its tail with its teeth and the plume of fucking blood that was coming out, Jesus Christ, man. It was enough to put me off my fucking green tea, I tell you. Let's have a little bit more of this fucking shit, shall we? I can't even feel that it's doing anything, to be honest. You know what I mean? I don't know how it's detoxifying me, this green tea. It's cheap shit. Fucking run-of-the-mill supermarket fucking, green tea in a bag that has been processed. And I'm not sure how much. I imagine, years and years ago, before we started putting it in tea bags and processing it and all that sort of shit, green tea was actually quite good for you. Now, it just looks like it's like, slightly dark-coloured, greenish-coloured water that I'm drinking. It doesn't seem to have any health benefits whatsoever. I don't feel healthier. I don't feel more alive. I don't feel more inclined to go for a run. All I feel more inclined to do is have a caramel latte. It just makes you miss that. It makes you miss all healthy stuff. That's the thing about healthy stuff. All healthy stuff just makes you miss the good stuff, doesn't it? You know, you're eating an orange or something like that, and really, what you really want, you're trying to trick your brain into the fact that you're eating a chocolate orange, isn't it? But you can't eat a chocolate orange because it's got 10,000 calories in a bar, and the next minute you're being cut out of your fucking house, being airlifted out of your own fucking bed to have somebody staple your stomach just because you wanted a bit of chocolate and you got carried away and you haven't got the self-control. This is the thing. I've always been quite slim. Always. And suddenly, since I had the hernia operation and was sitting on my ass for 9 weeks, suddenly I've put on a load of weight and I'm fucking like wandering around as if I've just, come round from a coma. Like it's like 28 days later, I've just come round from a coma and just gone out in the world, and I'm going, what the fuck is this shit around my stomach? I've got no skills whatsoever in losing this weight because I've always eaten what I wanted to eat. And I know there's people out there now probably on their keyboards going, oh, I could set you up a diet for you, Ben. I'm not fucking interested in that. All I want to do is somehow manipulate my body into believing that I'm 21 years old again and I can eat what the fuck I like. That's all I want to do. I want to get that back. I just want to get, trick my body into doing that so it goes, oh, hang on a minute. We seem to have a little bit of fat here. Let's burn it off. And I'm doing quite a physical job at the minute. Wearing my Fitbit, doing, whatever, 15,000 steps a day or something, burning 3,000 calories, coming home, having a salad and some potatoes, or, like beans on toast for breakfast, some salad and potatoes at night. I'm fucking... Also, tin potatoes. Can I just say, tin potatoes, when it all kicked off, I stocked up on tin potatoes. Very underrated food source they are. Very underrated. They're fucking awesome. Fuck this fresh new potato, like. That's your problem, Ben. There's too much salt in the tin potatoes. I don't know. So that's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to trick my body into thinking it's like 2021 again. And hopefully, it's not a foolproof plan. I'm not saying it's going to work. But if it does, you heard it here first, people. It would be the Ben Briggs diet. That's it. The Ben Briggs diet. First, you need to have an attitude problem and get really angry and burn off some of your fucking energy like that, pacing around your house and fucking just sweating and shit at stuff that doesn't really matter. Then you need to do 18 reps of telling people to fuck off in the day, and then come home and have some new potatoes. That'll be it. That's basically it. There's got to be some sort of calories you can work off, isn't there? Just for being mildly aggressive all the time or pissed off at shit. Oh, fucking hell. Let's have some more of this shit tea. Delicious. Right, okay. So I also this week watched a documentary, which it's not a modern documentary. I went down the Hitler route, people. I ain't gonna, I just clicked on something on Netflix and I was like, actually, this seems quite interesting. And I was fascinated. It was like, it must be a documentary from the 1970s or 1960s or something like that, because it was very, very, the narrator in it is very, very haughty British. Hello there, old chums. English, should I say. He had that sort of like BBC broadcasting fucking, narrative narrator voice from the 60s, maybe even the 50s, 60s, 70s, something like that. I think that voice sort of like ended during like when the 1980s come round, when everybody started, thinking, actually, there's probably best to have a little bit of representation from other areas of the country rather than just an accent that was gold-plated in fucking Eton. And regional accents started coming in. which is very strange. I always find it a bit weird how people live in how many accents we've got in England. England and Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, all over, even different Irish accents, you know what I mean? I find that fascinating how somebody can live 10 miles up the fucking road and have a completely different fucking accent. That is, hiding away, isn't it, years ago, having no transport systems whatsoever and just living in the same fucking village for your whole entire life, not going out of the village, marrying people in the village, somebody new comes to the village and it's like fucking water world. They're all trying to fuck him just so they don't have kids with 3 heads. I find that fascinating, accents though. I find that absolutely fascinating. How somebody, just living, even in Northamptonshire, you can tell people. Obviously, you can tell people from Corby, in Northamptonshire, because what they call Corby is Corby's like the other side of Northamptonshire from where I live, but they call it like Little Scotland because it had a steelworks, and then all the people moved down from Glasgow to work in the steelworks. So now everybody who is from Corby, whether they came down from Glasgow or not, or were born, like within the last fucking 10, 20, 30 years, everyone there has a fucking Glasgow accent. It's fucking weird. In the slap bang in the middle of the country, hundreds of miles, in a totally different country, hundreds of miles away from Glasgow. And there's just a little like town that has wall-to-wall Scottish accents. It's fucking great. I went to college with a load of people from Corby when I was doing my A-levels, and there was because it was Northampton College, everybody came over from Corby to study there and shit like that. I don't know. I don't know why that was, whether they had educational facilities in Corby or not. I have no idea. But it's and they all had a fucking broad Scottish accent. Even like Northampton, Northampton's got a slightly different accent from fucking Wellingborough. Seems a bit more like, as you go out from Northampton, it's a little bit, you've got old school Northampton, where the people who've always, which the accent's a little bit like country bumpkin fucking farmer accents. And then you've got like everyone's sort of like me, which is almost like a Cockney Birmingham fucking country bumpkin fucking hybrid of an accent, because we had loads of people from London and Birmingham moved down. And obviously, that has an effect on your fucking voice. But anyway, back to the Hitler documentary. It was, I fucking love the narration of it. It's called Hitler, A Career, which, it's a difficult path to take. I don't know if anyone's thinking of using him as a role model. You're gonna. It's gonna be a difficult path to take in 2020. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, it's sort of like tracked his career from sort of like almost like bum around sort of like artist who was getting rejected, living in Vienna and shit like that, sleeping in a men's hostel and shit, to Das Führer or Der Führer or whatever. I don't remember. I don't remember the tense or whatever. Like, I did German GCSE. I fucking failed miserably at it. I never saw the need to learn another language. That's even at a young age like that, when I was 13, 14, I just thought, I am never going to fucking use this ever. It's just, if you're an English person and you learn a foreign language, something like Spanish, French, or German. You know, it's just showing off, isn't it? You know, it's just going to those countries and using the German when you can just, yeah, you know, I'll just point at that. Yeah, I'll have some of that. Oh, I know that sounds a bit colonialist. That's it. I want all of that shit in my boat now. Yeah, it's a fucking good documentary. It was fucking interesting. Let's have a little bit more of this tea. See if it can go down any better. The worst thing about this is as well, you have to leave the fucking bag in, so it's sort of like, you know, I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, it was just, and the funny thing about this, it must have been like the 1960s. It couldn't have been like a documentary that was done that far after the war, because you can still hear the disdain of the war in the narrator's voice as he's doing it. And it's fucking, as he's narrating over it, he just gets in a little dig on Hitler every now and again. Yeah, take that. Like, describing him as the pathetic little man and shit like that. I mean, it doesn't take an even, you know, balanced, you know, objective view of Hitler or anything like that, as most documentaries don't really. Most documentaries don't mention that, do they? They don't go, well, he did, you know, his regime did kill 6 million Jews, but he was really nice to dogs. So, you know, there's the yin and yang of it right there. Make your decision about him. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. They, it was just having a little fucking, almost like a childish little dig at him all the time. It was quite good. But I tell you what, he took his chances. Say what you like about Hitler. He took his fucking chances. And, you know, if he'd have gone into running or something like that, or something less, you know, murderous, public speaking, you know, if he went into fucking motivational speaking, which in a way, I suppose he did, like with all the fucking, you know, but it was just weird how the documentary was. It was like portraying sort of like the two sides of like the Nazi regime or whatever. And some bits were just so funny, where they've got like people, you know, walking around in black SS uniforms with the old fucking skull and crossbones on them. And the next minute, they're all country dancing. You know, I mean, if camera phones were around then, there would be a lot of ridicule going on. Yeah, look at this SS officer country dancing. You're right in your fucking lederhosen, you fucking pussy. Yeah, it was quite an interesting documentary though, and just like funny in parts. Just by the way it shouldn't have been. A, the way the narrator presented it, having his little digs every now and again, and B, for the weird shit that the fucking Nazis did. They tried to, you know, present a face of, hey guys, we're all cool and shit like this, and then it'll pan to a load of fucking dead body. Oh no, we never did any of that. We were out country dancing that day. I have no idea what happened, and just how how people fucking let him get away with it and just got manipulated. That sinister air of fucking, you know, I don't know, just that sinister air of like fucking fear that permeated through that society, and how he fucking gradually just took more and more power. It was fucking great. I tell you what though, he must have been, I've had some fucking shit wank bosses in the past in jobs, and you know, and difficult bosses that you didn't particularly like or didn't particularly get on with. But oh man, he must have been a fucking awful boss to work for. If you haven't reached targets or something like that, oh fucking hell, I gotta tell him that whoever had to tell him that they'd lost the fucking, you know, the 8th Army or whatever it was that got cut off in Russia and got fucking arrested, that got absolutely obliterated and taken hostage, and fucking there was 90,000 of them. The guy who must have fucking had to tell him that, I bet he was like, oh, fuck me, man. Jesus. Well, leaving his wife on the way to work that day. Oh, Jesus. Well, it's been nice being married to you, sweetheart. Never forget me and all that sort of shit. Look after the kids. I ain't coming home today. I know that for a fucking fact. Fucking hell. Jesus. It was really weird, though. Like how ritualistic and that. You can see, to a certain degree, you can see where his artistic sort of like fucking nature came in. Like just with the pageantry of everything and the fucking, all the banners, almost like it's like, those Roman fucking banners. Like empirical, like things like they used to carry round, and like there was the blood banner they had that was from the fucking the coup that they staged, and there was blood on the fucking Nazi flag, and then they touched every other flag that came out. That was what Napoleon used to do with his fucking golden eagles, wasn't it? That was the whole thing, Sharp, wasn't it? Sharp's eagle, wasn't it? That was the whole thing, why those were so valuable to get hold of and steal. It was like the king's colours, wasn't it? Like in Napoleonic times, where the king used to touch the fucking flag and then the regiment used to go out marching with it and shit like that. He sort of like invoked all of that sort of like pageantry and shit. And just to, mask what they were doing and make a spectacle so people remembered the fucking spectacle and forgot about all the fucking horrendous shit that was going on, like in society and shit like that, like when he was coming to power. It's fucking fascinating documentary. Hitler, A Career, I recommend it. Not, sorry, not as a career choice, obviously. I mean, it ended badly for him. Most bosses, get shuffled over, don't they? Get a nice little payoff and a pension rather than a bullet in the head. But, everyone quits a job in their own way, don't they? Everyone quits a job in their own way. Some people don't bother working the 4 weeks notice, do they? That you have to do. Some people just leave there and then. Fucking hell. What are we on? We're on 28 minutes, people. And we have talked about we've talked about great white shark attacks, fucking, and Hitler. Fucking hell. I wonder how many other, somebody somewhere, you can guarantee somebody somewhere is watching a documentary about Hitler somewhere, because there's fucking I don't know where they can go with Hitler documentaries now. I don't know what they're going to do. They must have done every single fucking Hitler documentary you can do, surely. The next one is going to be they're going to be like people breeding like the dogs that are descendants of fucking Hitler's dog, to see if they're fucking just putting them in front of Jewish people and seeing if they fucking bark. That'll be the next documentary. Hitler's Dog's Bloodline, next on Netflix. Right, where are we? We're on 29 minutes, people. Fucking just right at the end, fucking, I tell you what, this fucking microphone arm started pissing me off, man. Every fucking episode, it seems to, it's because I fuck around with things too much. That's it, innit? Just fuck around with things too much. Anyway, people of the world, all over the world, that was episode 125 of the Ben Briggs podcast. If you want to contact me in any way, shape, or form, either abuse me or I don't know, call me anti-Semitic for some of those remarks about Hitler. I don't know whatever people do these days. You can call me anti-Semitic. Jesus Christ. There's one. There's one right there that can get me in trouble. You can contact me on podcast@benbriggs.co.uk through my website. I will be back on Tuesday, people, with the next exciting, enthralling episode of the Ben Briggs podcast. Have a good weekend, motherfuckers. I'll speak to you then. Take care.